I was at this one test that we had that I was on the trainer seat for the 5-inch cannon that we had on the fantail, and I was turned away from it and with our back to the detonation, and with our hands over our eyes, as we were told it's the only protection we had. And we were at the point of detonation. Well, it was a matter of something like 7.5 seconds or something like that. It was all in that ballpark. And then it hit, and it hit awful hard. And it knocked me clear out of the trainer seat down onto the turret, and I rolled off of that down onto the deck, and skidded me up a little bit, but it wasn't bad. I was a sailor. I jumped up and shook it off. I believe that it was the underwater test that broke the seam in the hull of the ship, and I didn't get to see that particular detonation, but I did feel the consequences of it, in which at the point of detonation, well, it threw me over the two after steering columns. It threw me clear over there. I lost my earphones, and I had no control of myself at all. And someone said, well, there it is right over there, just starting out with just a little bit of a mound. And if you look close enough, at the right place at the right time, you would see it. And then it started picking up, building up. The mound started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then all at once, that mound would kind of leave the water. And then it would have a huge, big shaft come up from that, just pulling everything up from the bottom. And then it would go up and up and up and up and up. But I have never seen anything so more beautiful in my life as so many of the different oranges, the yellows, the purples, the greens, the colors, all in that whole thing. It was there. And I don't know, I thought to myself afterwards, I said, I wonder if Michelangelo could paint such a picture. But it was the most deadly thing that I or anybody else on board that ship had ever witnessed in their lives.
I was in the Navy during Operation Ivy. Our ship was assigned to escort duty when the ship carrying the atomic weapon came out from the West Coast. And we picked it up at Pearl Harbor and escorted it to Eniwetok, and then performed security patrols around the Eniwetok area. We were patrolling the lagoon and the entrances to the lagoon for that, for the possibility of foreign vessels, foreign submarines, anything that might be looking over our shoulders when we were looking at the bomb. There were 4 ships in our squadron. We were the primary anti-submarine, one of the primary anti-submarine vessels. And we did have what we thought was an intruder. At one time, they did track it for some time, but they never were able to resolve actually what it was, whether it was a whale or something else. And we did go to general quarters because we were prepared to attack if necessary, if we couldn't bring it to the surface and in a peaceful manner, because that was part of our duties. Everybody was creating these ideas that hydrogen is supposed to be one of the most stable elements in the world, type of thing. And he says, well, if they can make this thing go off, what's going to keep the rest of the world from going off at the same time? And we found out that it didn't happen, fortunately, because we were awful close to it if they were going to blow up the whole world.
was a crew member on an RB-36. It was a reconnaissance bomber version of the B-36. Instead of having 4 bomb bays, it had 2. And the forward bomb bay was converted to a photo department. We were airborne for, well, the entire trip, about 30 hours. And we started very early in the previous evening or so, and went eastward as far as Texas. And we're measuring winds aloft from Texas all the way into Nevada. And then we rendezvoused probably western New Mexico, or western Arizona, or New Mexico, in that corner somewhere, and then ran on the site for the drop in Nevada. You'd line up on a bomber run, just like you're running on a target. You'd have a series of checkpoints, and they would take measurements as far as drift and things like that to make sure you put the bomb where it was supposed to be. The 10 B-36s were deployed, 2 groups of 5, in what we referred to as a bomber stream, 5 airplanes in a row on each side, 500 foot above each other, and I was in the left rear position at 43,500 feet. And the B-50 came up from Walker or Kirtland, or one of the bases in the southwest there, and he had the atom bomb on board. We made a dummy run and came around, all 11 of us, and then back and made a final run. Then he dropped the bomb on that run. We were all, at least in the command part of the intercom system on the airplane, could listen to other aircraft, and including the guy on the B-50 dropping the bomb. And he identified himself as the Playboy. That was his code name. And to tell us that he was going to run where he's going to drop the bomb, he identified it as, I'm the Playboy, and I'm on the graveyard run. And this time, they were going to drop the bomb. And like it happened a couple minutes ago, I remember him saying, I'm the Playboy on the graveyard run, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Son of a bitch! The bomb didn't go out of the airplane. I don't know, it got hung up mechanically or some damn thing. And of course, we all looked at one another, and you know, like, it's like somebody turned all the engines off. Like, you know, we were just in complete suspension, like, what was going to happen? Well, he pulled it, and it went manually, I guess like a salvo. Obviously, didn't go where it was supposed to go. Instead of blowing up like 1,000 or 1,200 feet, it blew up quite a few thousand feet above that. So we were a little closer to it than they had counted on. I got to the blister, and I looked down, and the bomb was cloudless in its initial formation. It looked like a giant orange basketball. It kept getting bigger and bigger. Then the clouds started to go up from it.